Welcome to The Chatter, your end of the week ear candy for what to eat, drink, see, and do in Richmond, Virginia, right damn now.
The Richmond experience is independently owned and created by locals, us, for locals, you. From recent openings and the latest trends to time tested traditions and hidden gems, we're here to help you experience the very best that RVA has to offer.
Hi, I'm Paige, RVAX social media manager. I'm the face you see in front of the scenes on Instagram and TikTok, taking you to all the latest and greatest hotspots around town.
And I'm Kelsey, RVAX managing editor, working behind the scenes on your Wednesday and Thursday newsletters, the Weekly Insider and the Weekender, and City Guides.
Hey, Kels.
Hey, Paige, how are you?
I am good. It's been a wild couple of months. I know we keep saying that, but truly, there has been a lot going on behind the scenes.
There have been. We hadn't even been meaning to really tease anything, but if you have been listening to our last, few episodes and you've been picking up on the stress that's permeating through your earbuds, it's been a stressful couple of months. Exciting all the same.
Yes, very exciting. So, with that, we do have a big announcement coming.
Yes.
We don't really know when,
Right.
but it's going to be soon.
Right. But things have been moving along. And so we know that it will be coming sooner rather than later, as it might have been, when we were originally feeling very stressed.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry we are so vague, but I mean, just keep listening. You're
I
going to hear it
know.
eventually.
Right. I mean, it'd be so clickbaity. Well, you know what I was thinking too is when we first signed on, did our intro and said hello, I'm asking you how you are. Like we weren't just talking and recording another episode because we've also been working on an interview with another special guest that we're going to be dropping soon too. We just don't know when yet.
Yeah, that all is dependent upon when a new place opens.
Right. We've got
I know.
we had this whole conversation with somebody who is going to be, involved in opening a new place in the coming weeks. So that's a good way for you to narrow it down. And on the calendar too, as far as other new places, we've got other people who we're going to be talking to. It's very exciting.
Yeah, and we're just trying to, keep it secret, but
It's-
you know,
Keep you in suspense. It's
yeah.
spooky season. It's a good time for a thriller.
I know, I love it.
My
But
gosh.
all good things. Everything is happening and working out exactly how it's supposed to.
I know. I think it'll be this year. It's just amazing when you think of things that are not necessarily on your bingo card for the year or for your life and how the year is going to wrap up so differently, maybe than you thought it would be at the beginning of the year when you're doing your New Year's Eve grapes and wishes. I mean, it's going to be a fantastic way to round out the year.
Well, that's a good way to lead into this. So the other day, I think it was on Monday, I posted that there are 100 days left in the year.
Yeah.
So at this point, a little less than 100.
Right.
So if you look back on your goals and stuff, how have you done this year, Kels?
It's so funny that you say that because the way that I kind of like to do that is I'll look at my own personal archive and Instagram just to sort of remember what the
Ah,
year was. And
okay.
it's been such a full year. I feel like my brain is still in May or June, and it's very much not May or June. So, I don't know. I feel like it's been generally a very good, full, happy year. I don't know if I do as much of the intentional goal setting like you do, Paige. I get the impression you're writing it down,
Girl,
lining it up.
girl.
Yeah. I more
So,
try to lean into the feeling. I've been talking a lot with my therapist about focusing on different values rather than goals. Like if I want to feel more calm. Okay, so then what are goals that you can be checking off to move you toward feeling more calm?
mm,
Taking antidepressants, that's one.
so that's so funny. I love you, Kels.
Listen,
um,
for my mental health girlies, I'm with
hey,
you.
I, I'm a supporter.
Of course. Of course.
But for me,
Yeah,
goals,
tell us about yours, Paige. How's your year going?
well, so at the top of the year, I always do whatever year it is. So for instance, I do 24 for 2024, and I have four, it's just a list. I'm not hard on myself, but I am a very goal oriented person. So
Definitely.
they can simply be buy a black purse. It doesn't have to be a big thing, or it could be pass W set 3, which is a huge thing. And
Yes.
obviously, when you're writing a goal, it needs to be attainable. There needs to be action steps, all of that. I kind of just write a list. And so for that, it's been going very well. But for me, goals keep me tethered.
Yes.
I feel very, and for in therapy, I was talking about how just recently I've accomplished a lot of my big goals, like
Yes.
Holly moving here, us buying our house, us decorating, us making a home together. Those were big goals for us that, we had been working on for years.
Yeah.
And the fact that we crossed a lot of those off the list made me feel like I was floating in space.
Oh,
And so for me, goals keep me grounded.
I see. You
And
kind of like
it
need a refresh.
and yeah, I passed my W set 3. That was a huge goal. And so now I'm like, well, what's next? And obviously
Lots of
on my
things.
25 for 25, a big announcement is going to be
Yeah,
what's
lots
next.
of things are next. It's very exciting.
So, yeah, again, and it could be as simple as, more date nights or less screen time. I always add less screen time on
Yeah.
my goals,
Mhm.
because it just comes with the territory of what
Right.
I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's funny how goal setting can be so different for people.
It's
And
true. I feel like I definitely see where you're going though, where it's like having like a plan and then like sticking to the plan definitely works for a lot of people. You and I, of course, are very different in that way where I'm just kind of like, I'm floating all over the place all the time. That's just me.
yeah,
But certainly when I'm like making more of like an XYZ kind of plan, the value in it is, unbeatable. I can understand it for sure.
yeah.
But it's different for everybody.
Well, we're going to have to set some goals together.
I know. We have to make goals together. We have to move in with each other. We have to decorate the place.
Oh, it's good to have though. It's Holly and I set shared goals
Right.
that
Yeah,
we
it's good for your relationship too. I feel like I can
yeah.
see how like you're working as a team together toward like different, ends. It's wonderful.
Yeah, so it's fun. Our goals have not like a lot of them were what were they? Like go on a picnic once a month. And
Oh
it's
my
like we didn't do that.
Sometimes it's hard. I mean, it always sounds so good. I've tried to say that to Matt before, where it's like we should. Friends of ours have done this, where they've done like movie like Mondays, where they'll like sit down, watch a new movie, and they get to swap who gets to pick it out every Monday. And I always thought that sounded so cute, and I always want to do it, but then it's just like Monday. It's already Thursday. I forgot.
Yeah, and again, I listen to a lot of podcasts about like habits and happiness and how it has to work for you.
Yeah.
Just because they do it doesn't mean that that's going to work for you in your
Right.
life, but you can adapt that, figure something out. I There's somebody I follow that does pizza every Friday. Every
Uh,
Friday they order a pizza, eat it with their kids and their family,
yeah.
and that's cute.
Yeah.
And nobody goes anywhere. There's no kids sleepovers. There's nothing. If you want to have a friend over, you can have a friend over, but we're all eating pizza.
Right.
And
Everybody's doing the pizza party anyway.
it just makes it so everybody's together. I don't have to think about what I'm cooking. And so it just you got to adapt things that work for you.
Yeah, it makes sense. Put these little like punctuation marks throughout your week to look forward to. We love to do that as far as like vacation planning, where it's like, okay, the year ahead, where do we want to like, when do we want to like set a vacation time? So we have that thing to look forward to. I feel like it's kind of in that vein too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
100% goal setting, manifesting,
Mm,
antidepressants. They all go hand in hand.
they do. And manifesting with the moon. I
And the
love the
moon. Oh
moon.
yeah, you know what, Paige? This is a new thing that I learned about you at our last book club. You had at one point. I don't know if you've kept up with it. Your moon journaling.
Oh yeah, I journal with the full moon and the new moon.
Wow. Okay, so when you're doing that, is it just like you're journaling like your feelings at the time, or like are there specific things you're supposed to be like noting?
Don't like quote me on this because I am a little woo woo, but I'm not like very woo woo. But there's just different energies. When there's a new moon, you can like release things. And then when there's a full moon, there's just different energies that come
Okay.
from like the moon.
Oh,
And I think it's fascinating.
definitely.
And it's been really good for me in my life. So just saying.
Think about journaling with the moon, people. No, I
Yeah,
feel like that where it's like I'm not as like well versed in like the zodiacs and all of that like some people are. I feel like you're very good with that too, Paige. But
a
I
little
do
bit.
definitely put stock into it. I don't think it's completely like, made up. I think there is something to glean from it.
I definitely like I know my sun, moon, and rising, and I feel like it's just dead on for
Right.
me. And then like I do think it's a lot about when you were born. Like I'm the oldest child, so I have like a
Yes.
lot of those like leadership
Right.
roles. And
Right.
then my Enneagram, I'm an 8, so I'm the challenger. So it's like, don't mess with me.
Right, right. This all tracks from how I know you, Paige. And I'm like Pisces middle child, very, sensitive in my feelings. And,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. I think that tracks.
So it's just like all of those personality things fascinate me. The moon fascinates me. But again, I just dabble in it a little bit. But
Yeah.
there are specific like moon journals that you buy. Like I bought mine off of Amazon and it will tell you like what to like it will give you journal prompts.
Right. Lead you in the right
Because
direction.
I'm not the type of person that I can just like if I have an empty page, I'm often stressed.
Well,
Like
that goes with what you were saying with like your goal setting and all you need
yes.
to have the direction laid out.
I need the direction and then I will do it. Like if you give me a task, I will 100% accomplish said task.
Yes,
I
it's
just
getting
need a
done.
little nudge.
Right, right. Fantastic. Oh my gosh. Okay. I got to go look up some moon journals, see if this is the right thing for me.
Yeah, and some crystals. I have a ton of
Right.
crystals.
Oh, yeah, some crystals just for, Zen needs. Fantastic. Oh, man. Well, everybody, I hope you're all looking forward to the rest of your year too. We've got a couple of months to go, so there's plenty to fit in.
Yeah, absolutely. All
Hmm.
right, well, let's dive in. So,
Yeah.
what to eat, drink, see, and do in RVA this week. And it's exciting because I'm up for Eat this week, and we are entering, as of today, August 1st. No, August.
See, you're there too. May, June, I don't know.
October. This is October 1st, my
October
favorite
1.
day, my
Rabbit,
favorite month
rabbit.
of the year. It is the inaugural Oyster Week. So this is the
Exciting.
first Oyster Week. This is with Richmond Restaurant Week. They've been doing like some fun events, like they did the Rosé Crawl with Libby Mill. But this Oyster Week is a week-long event. It's starting today, October 1st, and running through October 7th. But it celebrates world-class oysters grown locally right here in Virginia while supporting the Chesapeake Bay Foundation's mission to save the bay. And here are some fun, interesting things. So, oysters are a sustainable superfood for the future. They're packed with protein and vitamins, they're free of chemicals and additives, and they naturally filter water as they grow. So, every oyster you enjoy helps support a cleaner and healthier environment.
Oh my gosh, as if you needed more reasons.
Right. It's like, go have some oysters.
Enjoy. You're having a great time and saving the planet all at once.
Right.
Mhm.
So, participating restaurants will be serving Virginia oysters and donating 15% of oyster sales to the Chesapeake Bay Foundation. So, some of the spots serving up these delicious oysters include Alewife, Birdie's, 21 Spoons, Pinky's, Lily and Oyster Hall,
Of
which
course.
is very exciting. But you can visit oysterweekrva.com. I already have reservations tonight.
Oh, where are you going, Paige?
Well, it's a Tuesday, so some places aren't open, but I'm headed to Birdie's.
Oh, I was going to say birdies. I feel like if I were narrowing it down to a few that I wanted to definitely hit, would be, of course, like a classic.
Yes, so we're gonna head there, eat some oysters, maybe drink a martini or some wine.
And have a nice little time. And it's currently like still kind of like rainy and cozy. I feel like that's a great thing to do in this type of weather, also.
Yeah, and we're just big fans of oysters, so this is just very exciting. We needed it.
I feel like we did too. I learned about this. I think that it first like hit the press when I was out of town. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a very exciting development. I love little like weeks like this to sort of celebrate one common theme. And this is a great theme.
It is, and Restaurant Week is coming up the end of October, so it just kind of is like kicking us into it, which is
Right.
great.
Sending us into a great, kickoff with it.
Yeah, but check out, see who's participating, make those reservations, go support local. It's like a win-win-win.
I know. Go, enjoy oysters and care about the environment outwardly. Fantastic.
Do you love oysters, right?
I'm very into the oyster
Okay.
situation. So when I learned about this, I was like, okay, great. I got to get out there, because it's coming in hot and fast. I don't know if I'm going to make it out there this year, but now that I know it's like an annual situation, I've got it on my calendar already for next year. On
Yeah.
my radar. I'm ready to go. I love them though. Birdies, I was thinking too, we did that we have gone for their holiday pop up. And when
Hmm.
you were talking oysters, they had these like cute little like oyster ornaments up when we went and, had our date night there the last time. And I, went on Etsy immediately to try to like figure out where'd you guys get these oyster ornaments? Because it was so cute. It was like a little tray with a lemon in the middle of it. I love an
So cute.
oyster.
Yeah.
So beachy and delicious.
Yeah. And, it is like that season. So I know Pinky's is having an oyster get together. I
Yes.
know Mainline's doing one. I've
Union
been adding
Market
them.
has sorry, I cut you off, Paige. You've been adding them to the calendar?
Yep. So they're all on there.
I was gonna say, I don't know if this has come across your desk yet, but I know Union Market in years past has done like an oyster like festival
Mm.
or something over in like the Churchill Union Hill area too, where it's sort of like they block off that area, put up some tents, do some oyster situation. You have drinks and live music, and it was always something that I enjoyed doing every fall when I was out in Churchill.
Cool. I'll
Yeah, it's a
check
fun
on
time.
that.
Yeah, definitely a great recommendation.
All right, and then I'm also up for drink this week, but it's kind of a twofer. It's kind of eat and drink because I went to Ironclad in Shockoe Bottom, and there is a West End location as well, but I'm going to specifically kind of chat about the Shockoe Bottom one.
Of course.
They have gone viral. It's taken the internet by storm. They posted about their pumpkin brioche bun, and it was just a video of them like opening it, like, it's
Yeah,
just gooey and
salacious.
gooey. It's so salacious. And it's just like popping off. It has, as of yesterday when I wrote my notes, it has 3.6 million views.
You were saying like getting close to 4.
People from the all over the world are asking Ironclad how they can like buy them.
Oh my gosh, good
They're
for Ironclad.
Well, right. I was DMing them the other day and he was like, it's kind of like we cannot stock them.
Right, like, are you gonna keep up? It's like all the delicious, like, pumpkin treats around this time of year, you gotta get in there when you can get in there.
So I went in right at 9 as of when Instagram said they were like, they will be ready around 9. So I went in right at 9. Nobody was there. Like it was like there were a few people upstairs. So I grabbed my pumpkin brioche bun and I grabbed a not Karen's pumpkin chai.
No, not Karen's.
No, not Karen's. But so I grabbed that to sip on. And I do have to say, the whole experience was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it sounds like.
I mean, the drink was delicious. So good. The pumpkin brioche bun was delicious. It was so big. Like Holly and I have eaten it little bites of it, and we still have like half of it.
Right,
So
it's like one of those, like, huge things where you're just sort of, like, snacking on it every time you kinda, like, walk by.
yeah, like when we go into the kitchen, we take a take a little bite.
It's your own personal, like, office treat at your home office.
Right, right.
Yeah,
But so let me just give you some input about this.
yeah.
But it's essentially this pumpkin brioche bun is topped with pumpkin pie spice cream cheese, and it's drizzled with bourbon maple syrup. Um,
Okay.
and then they have some incredible seasonal treats on top of that. But they also have not Karen's pumpkin latte, a snickerdoodle cookie milk latte, the Vermont sugar maker, spiced pear chai latte, autumn orchard cider.
Ooh,
Everything sounds so good.
I know.
And the thing about Ironclad, I know they sometimes get some heat about their prices, but they do everything in house. All of their syrups are made. They use like really good products. So I had a lovely morning there yesterday. I got
Great.
to work there, had a
Such
coffee or a chai. It's delicious.
cozy environment too. Yeah, and it's all like specialty stuff. So it's like you're getting what you pay for. So it's like maybe you're putting a little bit more down than you might at your typical coffee shop location of choice. But I mean, you're getting delicious things in return. So
Yeah, I can't complain.
well worth the treat.
But yeah, the Shockoe Bottom location is cozy. They have plenty of seating. It's lush. It's greenery filled. They have a balcony. It's super cute there if you've never been. And then they have their West End location, which offers a convenient drive-through for on the go. I don't. That one I think just has a little bit of outdoor seating. That one's more like on the go versus their Shockoe Bottom location where you can like cozy up.
Yeah, right. And get some work knocked out while you're enjoying your pumpkin treats.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. Okay. All good
So
to
I would
know.
visit Ironclad Coffee on Instagram. They've been putting on their stories every day, like what pastries and stuff they have, just in case, they have been having long lines on the weekend. So
Yeah, right. You probably got to go like during the week for this brioche bun situation in particular. No way you're getting that on a Saturday.
yeah, good luck, guys.
I know. Get
Yeah,
out there.
get
If
out
ever there
there.
were a reminder, this has got to be it. And you can stay tuned too. Speaking of reminders, we usually around this time of year will put together like some city guides rounding up like some of the best sips and treats of the season that people can go check out. Obviously, I have to add this one now that it's like new to the family, but stay tuned. That's coming out. It sounds like a lot of people have already started putting out their menus. Usually, when I'm putting those together around this time of year, you got to like hit at the right spot because sometimes people aren't quite ready to like go full blast. But now we're into October, so it's go time.
Yeah, truly.
Fantastic. Okay, stay tuned for, more suggestions. If you can't get the brioche bun, or even if you can, you got to stock up on the pumpkin while it's here.
Yeah, and frankly, just grab one of their drinks. They're so
Right.
good.
I know it sounded the pear one, the spice pear chai latte. I could get down with that.
So the staff member that I was working with actually like suggested that one, and I was like, I feel like I gotta just do pumpkin. So
Listen, you got to break into the pumpkin. Well, now you're just going to have to go back, Paige.
true, I
Oh my
might.
gosh.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Great suggestions all around. The oysters, the pumpkin. I mean, I'll go right now. I'll get it all.
All right, take us into see and do.
Okay, so for see and do, we're kind of like sticking with the Oktoberfesty, pumpkiny, fall-y vibes here. And I'm saying you should go see Oktoberfest at Hardywood West Creek, which is happening all weekend starting this Friday. I'm heading over for the wide selection of Hardywood German-style beers, such as their Pilsner, their Benny and the Fest, Dunkelweizen, Hells, and more. Their German-style and inspired food like pretzels, bratwurst, etc., live music, and of course the Stein holding contest that we were talking about earlier in the Oktoberfest season. The offerings vary each day, but it does start, like I said, on Friday, starting at 2 p.m., runs through Sunday, ending at 8 p.m. So you can check the West Creek website to decide which day, if you're not going all three, that you'd want to go. It's one of my favorites. Some of my out of town friends have come down for this particular fest. But I was going to say with family, Hardywood West Creek, if you haven't gotten this message over the episodes that we've been putting out, is one of my favorite places to take my family, people visiting from out of town. So I've gone with friends, I've gone with family. For this particular event, we've kind of made it our own little annual holiday ourselves where this group of friends comes into town. We go to the Oktoberfest, we enjoy. I think this year we're going to try to do like the fire pit reservation situation over there so we know exactly where to go when we first get there. But I can't wait. If you haven't been to Hardywood and you have been waiting for a moment to try it, going for these events is so fun because it's just like such a huge space that even when it's like packed with like a bunch of to-dos, you still have like plenty of room to like run around for your kids to run around. There's a bocce area, there's a sand pit, a swinging area for the kiddos, and a lot more like that. There's indoor space, outdoor space, tented space, fire pits, like I said. You can bring your own snacks to add with the drinks and other things that they've got on, deck with the food trucks. It's just the best. I love Hardywood West Creek. That's my spiel. So that's what I'm saying you should go see. Go do the Oktoberfest. I can't remember, Paige, have you done this one before?
I haven't done this Oktoberfest, no. Are
This
you
is a
going to
good
do
one.
the Stein holding competition?
You know what? Now that we've talked about it and I had mentioned this was the one where it was like I was going to put my name in last time, but the kids were getting restless. But now that I know, do I need to try it, Paige?
Do it
I feel like I might
and
need to.
report back.
Yeah, I'll knock back one of my, farmhouse pumpkins and I'll get in there. I'll rev
Yeah,
up.
I would do it.
Okay, I gotta get my training in this last couple of days before I get over there. I'll have to put my name in though.
Yeah, I
I'll
want
put
you
the
to do
show
it.
notes, the link in the show notes though. It's kind of like lengthy if you want to go know more specific information about the event in particular, but it's fun. I love this one, and especially when it's like a nice fall day, it's great. I love it. And then with that, for Dew, I don't know if you've heard about this place, Paige, but I am suggesting you go visit Fort. This new spot in the West Hampton area is the newest indoor space for open-ended and imaginative play for your kiddos. As they put it, Fort specializes in creating and curating beautiful, sensory rich, loose play parts that inspire imagination. And in addition to their in-house sensory play collections, they search high and low to bring you a curation of brands they love and trust to inspire your little ones' imaginations. So the founder, Jody Vaughn, is a mother to 3 boys and a former pediatric occupational therapist. So she's got plenty of experience in TLC for little ones. And one thing that stood out to me is the big boxes, little boxes, and tiny tins that they offer on site. You can slide them open, and they offer a choice of curated small world themes for sensory play. They've got a construction one, a coastal one, and dozens more that you can view on their website. And I can absolutely see my kids playing with them forever if I brought one home, because I think the idea is like some of these places we've seen in the area where you can go play with them, kind of like test it out on, at the store or at the play area. And
Mhm.
then hopefully what she's wanting you to do is bring one home for your own, like, play area at your house. But they also look like they make great stocking stuffers, the tiny tins in particular. So it looks like a bunch of fun over there.
So is this like this is a place where kids can play, but it's mostly like a shop.
Right. I think like the idea is it's like bring the kids in, have them like, test out a couple of like toys that they might be interested in. Cause I think from what I have gleaned, she's got like a bunch of like of these boxes and little like big boxes, little boxes out on the floor that people can like test out. But then like, yeah, hopefully you'll bring one home for your own space. I was thinking that they would be great for like this gifting time of year that we're coming into.
Yeah.
But even if you just snag one to bring home to have in your regular playroom, I think they could be super cute. It looks like a really great place for your kids to enjoy. And especially as we're headed into more indoor, like a more indoor time of year too, it could be a good way for you parents to get out of the house, but still stay, covered and in warm conditions. It looks cute.
Yeah, it does. I'm like looking at the Instagram. I'm a
Yeah,
big fan of as a teacher, former teacher.
I
I'm
know.
a big fan of sensory play.
The sensory play stuff is people love it.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to I like a lot of these things remind me of stuff I can see on Etsy, which is nice to like be able to buy it local.
Yeah, exactly. You sort of like support local, a local business, local vendors and stuff like that. But yeah, it definitely is like, it seems very like, carefully handmade. It looks really, it's super cute. I would definitely check it out if you're interested in that kind of thing, or if your kids might be. You can go to fortshop.com to like look at all of their little boxes and their tiny tins, or you can follow them at Fort Pure Play on Instagram to sort of see what they're up to. But this is like their first location in Richmond. They have another location in Fredericksburg. So it's just a new neighbor to welcome to the area for your kids. It reminds me too, over in that area, the Bunny Hive, where they've got, I guess they're
Yeah.
more like class focused, where you can go in, do classes, but you can go over there and like play with their like setup of toys as well. And then, they've got little fun games and trinkets that you can purchase and take home too. So I love little places like that being a mom, like, for
Yeah.
your kids to go out and stop by if you're not into the library on any particular day.
Yeah, I love it. The
It's cute.
tiny tins look so freaking cute.
Dudes, they're super cute. I want a tiny tin. I would want a coastal or construction one for sure.
What? See, my thing is, what are the age ranges on these things?
You know what? That's a good question, because a lot of the places, since they do sort of like focus on
They're
loose
little.
play parts, you
Hmm.
probably do need to be cautious depending on how little your little ones are. So they might be more for like older toddler or like, bona fide kids.
Yeah, I have some 3-year-old friends that I would love to like gift something. So cute.
See, that could be, this could be on your list. I feel like they'd be a great age for it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, all right. Well, thanks for listening, Richmond. And by the way, there's more where that came from. Joining the Richmond experience as a member is the best way to stay in the know about what's going on in RVA.
Not to worry, we refuse to sell your info or bombard you with ads, but we do charge a small annual membership fee of $39 a year to fund our team so we can keep doing this awesome work. Plus, a portion of each annual membership purchase for the Richmond experience goes to rotating nonprofits each month. That's like $1 per week to get an all access pass to the best of RVA and lift up local orgs. It's a really, really good deal, friends. And listen, what are friends for anyway? Use code CHATTER to get $10 off your first year subscription.
Give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at The Richmond Experience, and on Instagram at The Chatter and RVA too. And if you enjoyed this episode, send it to your buds and rate, review, and subscribe.
And if you want to keep up with each of us, you can find me at Kelsey Heinz's Typing on Instagram.
And me, Sips and Trips with Paige on Instagram.
Chat with you next week, RVA.